Assalamu alaikum. My name is Brother Sultan Siddiq Muhammad, and I am joined by Sister Sajdah Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. Walaikum salam, sir.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. It's lovely to have you back on in this youth led presentation. Inshallah, we'll be blessed and honored to have you back on. And we'll be shortly announcing the winners of the Sajdah House and Table Talks Essay competition. And first and foremost, please feel free to drop comments and join in the conversation. And any questions you have, we'll see and try to get to them. And we have this presentation of a short video that we would like to showcase in a couple of minutes. But we just want to greet everyone with the fellow greetings. Assalamu alaikum. And we'd love to update you all on the work that we've been doing for the Table Talks and House of the Amlaj Muhammad Youth Group in the preservation, education, and research of the words of the Amlaj Muhammad. So, Sister Saja, I'm gonna turn over to you to introduce yourself. I know you're no stranger to this platform, so I'll turn it over to you now.
Assalamu alaikum, Brother Sadiq. Thank you for having me. I'm just so proud of you. I'm the gushing auntie over here. I'm looking at you navigating the live and all that. So let me begin properly. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah who came to us in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. I bear witness that the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad is the exalted Christ. And I bear witness that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is their divine reminder, warner, the Jesus in our midst. And I want to greet you all with the greeting words of peace of Assalamu alaikum.
Islam.
So again, thank you so much for having me. I just have a couple quick words. I wrote some notes so that I won't cry and turn into the church lady. But I just want to say thank you to you all. Again, I'm very proud. We are all here because of the divine love of Master Farad Muhammad, and we should always make sure that we remember that's why we're here, and that is that's the wind beneath our wings, if you will. And as you build this team, as you move forward as director, as progress project manager, and the team grows, you're going to struggle and the team's going to struggle. But, we just have to know that the struggle is not about us. The struggle is about what Allah wants to do through us, right? And, the struggle we always learn is for the glorification of Allah. And I've always hated that back in the day. I used to hate that because I'm like, wow, we got to struggle. But I so understand it now because I understand that the struggle is designed to prepare us. The struggle is designed to guide us, to shape us, to mold us so that we can do his will. And we're not trophies and neither is the struggle. So we don't make trophies out of the struggle. We don't identify with it. But what we say is we thank Allah for the struggle. So you'll experience that. You're going to go through some stuff as you're building. And I say that because as a young leader, no one told me that I would struggle. And so I'm saying to you to accept the struggle and understand the struggle. When I first had an opportunity to acquire the home, one of the things that I realized that I was doing, I had been so locked into my lifelong struggle that I said, Allah, I'm not good enough for this. I can't do this. I'm not good enough. And it's because I had identified myself with the struggle. So my value was attached to my struggle. But then I said, but wait a minute. And I had this whole conversation with myself that I want to share with you all as youth, as you embark upon your life and as leaders. The conversation I had with myself was, I said, Allah, I know you know that I'm not good enough. And I know that I'm not good enough. But if I get out of my own way, if I remove myself, then this won't be what I'm doing. It's what you're doing through me. And so we always have to make sure we remember that as we embark upon these great projects. And we go through struggle. Don't get stuck in the struggle. Don't get stuck there. Don't identify with the struggle. Don't define yourself by the struggle. Understand that Allah has something special that he wants to say through you, through each and every one of you all that are on the team. and he's going to mold and shape you and chisel you up a little bit. And sometimes the struggle and the pain is going to be hard, but don't stop there, because you're not a trophy. Allah's not just saying, look at Sadiq, look what I did with him. He's saying, Sadiq, move through, learn, develop. So congratulations to the team. Hang in there with each other, stick together, stay close together. I'm always here, if you need anything. So I just wanted to give that message to you all. And say, like I say, I of myself am nothing. And the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan doesn't take a second to say, all praise is due to Allah. And that's where we should be focused.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. Thank you for that reminder of keeping that in the forefront of everything that we do. Because sometimes we may be, why me? Or why am I going through this struggle when, God himself came 9,000 miles for us, for our people, and to raise one up among us to promote and demonstrate that example of what we can be. So thank you, Sister Sajdah, for that reminder, especially for us as youth in this time and in the work. We have to constantly have that image and example of what we are and what the example is among us of the Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, for what that looks like. And thank you, Sister Sajdah.
Praise be to Allah.
So with that being said, we want to showcase a video that was just recently posted, just to establish and give some context to the narrative of what is Table Talks, what is the Table Talks youth group, what is Sajdah House, what is the home of the Elijah Muhammad. And with that being said, we'll showcase this video now. So here we go.
Assalamu alaikum and happy Savior's Day. I hope we all are having a wonderful time at this great Savior's Day webathon, because I know I am. My name is Brother Ali Muhammad.
My name is Brother Sultan Sadiq Muhammad.
And we are proud sons of Sister Nadira Muhammad and Brother Imam Sultan Muhammad. We are honored to be among the many youth who are contributing to the preservation, research, and education of the words of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad through the Table Talks project and with collaboration with the Sajdah House team. By the grace of Allah, we have gathered a wonderful team that consists of many youth and other believers who have began to help tremendously with the project. We thank all the youth who have contributed in honoring our foundation so far, such as Sister Anisa Muhammad from Atlanta, Sister Kudisa Muhammad from Houston, Sister Medina Muhammad from Chicago, Brother Sadiq Muhammad from Chicago, myself, Brother Ali Muhammad, and Sister Amina Muhammad from Chicago, and all those that have attended our Zoom youth orientation, such as Sister Zakia Muhammad, Sister Kabira Muhammad, Sister Nzinga Muhammad, and many, many more. Also, for the many youth who have signed up and who want to sign up at tabletalks.org, we will be reaching out to you in the very near future. So please pay attention and look out for our email. An example of one of the many pieces of content produced by our youth to honor our foundation is a curated audio segment from the Table Talks archive that features the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. This audio presentation was developed by Sister Amina Muhammad, who is a 13-year-old student. I don't think you heard me. Who is a 13-year-old student from the Muhammad University of Islam in Chicago. Let's play the video.
Thank you. I love to see you live. Yes, sir. Because that gives me the yes, sir. That's right. That's right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's right. That's right. So when I see you laughing and speaking wise. I rejoice in my heart. Yes, sir. That's when the world came up. Yes, sir. I want to prove Satan. Yes. That non-ministry is a bigger light to the world of man. Yes, sir. And you. Yes, sir. And those world. Yes, sir. Yes. Oh, bless you, dear Lord. Thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you.
All praise is due to Allah. Let's give it up for those words directly from the table of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Please, all praise is due to Allah. Isn't it a blessing to hear those words directly from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad? And to hear our beautiful minister, we cannot thank him enough for all the work that he has done for our nation. All praise is due to Allah. Now, it is from the table at the home of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad where gems and jewels of foundational teaching were shared. As we know, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad built a nation from his dinner table at his very own home. Now, brothers and sisters, what do we do with these words? It is our goal and desired gift for the compilation and sharing of such divine words to be organized, facilitated, and led by us youth. And praise be to Allah, we are pleased to announce and share our second issue of the Table Talks Journal, featuring articles written by youth and the youth team that we have. Praise be to Allah. The research journal, is only a segue and study issue directed to the hadith compilation of the words of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Now, we will, inshallah, have the task of extracting the teachings from those divine recordings while still preserving their context and authenticity of the word. Now, brothers and sisters, this is no light task. For what does the word hadith mean? Hadith only means sayings or credible sound sayings. As the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan shared, words matter. So this is no lightweight task. It is a tremendous blessing and responsibility for the youth to share and uphold the words of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad with an overwhelming sense of ownership and pride in our ancestry, historical narrative, and foundational teachings of our nation. Inshallah, brothers and sisters, as I can personally attest, contributing to the honoring of such a word will teach our youth to uphold our foundational teachings and force us to practice living the word and legacy of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad as exemplified at his very own table, and give us life into the word, which is pure preservation of our teachings and our foundation. For how strong is truly our foundation. Now, I shared a lot, so how can you contribute? As inshallah you can see on the screen, we are pleased to announce an essay competition open to all youth across the nation. Let's practice researching and studying the valuable and divine word of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. As those prompts share, we are asking to develop a research article, analyze and share historical reflections on the impact of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the teachings overall and its effect on our people, and to choose one quote from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad Table Talks and how it has impacted you personally, and share what it means to us as a people overall as well. Now, here's the treat. For our Savior's Day gift to the prize winner of the essay competition is a commemorative Honorable Elijah Muhammad coin from and built from the copper of the Sajdah House, 4847 South Woodlawn Avenue in Chicago. Man, this is no lightweight Savior's Day, for I am truly, truly blessed and honored to have a hand in this youth group, and I have the blessed honor to introduce our sister who has put in a heavy work in preserving the physical home of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's home at 4847 South Woodlawn Avenue. So please help me to receive our sister, Sister Wendy, Sister Sajdah Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum.
Great job to you and your team. I'm very excited to see all of you all on the call. I'm busting at the seams with ideas, and I'm going to hold to myself for now, but the way I see this is that the nation will never fall again, and we will continue to work and recruit and build and develop. And with these two historic projects coming together, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad Table Talks, as well as Sajdah House, and having you all at the lead of that partnership, to me is just heaven. I'm sitting over here elated. I'm in another room. For those of you who all don't know, we're at Sajdah House, and Imam Sultan and I are in another room, and we're just sitting over here marveling at the intellect, the intelligence, and what we see. So I'm excited, and I just hope you all keep this level of excitement, keep your integrity, make sure your word is bond, stay focused, and this project will bring you, inshallah, a lot of great rewards. So assalamu alaikum.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We're gonna briefly introduce what we're here to do, and this is a youth orientation for our Table Talks and Sajdah House youth project. So, as discussed, what is Sajdah House and what is Table Talks? So, Sajdah House is a sacred space not only to those of us in the Nation of Islam, but to all Muslims, Christians, and all people of color and seekers of knowledge from around the world. So as I shared in our last, the final question in our trivial, we're hoping to ingrain the fact that this sacred space is, must be upheld and looked at as a sacred ground and respected with the utmost reverence and the amount of value that it has on both our nation's history and our people's history nationwide. All right, let's be ready. Put on your thinking caps, please. Which one of these individuals did not visit the home of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad? Okay, we got 4 people. Okay, that's smart. There we go. So, how many stars surround the Honorable Elijah Muhammad on the Sajdah House coin? Now, you must have been paying attention to our last live with Sister Sajdah to know the answer to this question. How many stars surround the Honorable Elijah Muhammad on the Sajdah House coin? The answer is 24. Nobody got that right. Wow. Okay, so Ali's streak is over with.
All right, so I've been cataloging the tapes of the Table Talks into a Google Sheet. So, and we have been digitizing most of the tapes. And also I have been, what is it called? When you compile all of the quotes into Hadith style quotes, so we could, you know, as a form of phishing, we could put them into graphic quotes and post them so we could bring more attention to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's wisdom in the nation. And
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum.
Well, Islam, we hear you.
This is Kurisa. Okay. I see myself fitting into the education and research, specifically with framing educational curriculums, and then with the research, the study and analysis of the Table Talks. And like I said a little bit earlier when we met earlier, I'm good with oratory, writing. So anything in those areas, I'm really happy to help.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So, you know,
the youth in our nation are very well versed and accomplished. So we hope to see them contribute any skills they have. So yes, ma'am, in education, in terms of creating a curriculum.
Yes, sir. And like Sister Medina said, any area that I am needed, I'm willing to stretch myself and assist with this project in any way possible. So thank you for the opportunity.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I give praise and thanks to Allah for his divine and merciful intervention into our affairs, having made his presence known in the person of Master Fard Muhammad. We thank him for his coming, and we thank him for raising up in our midst the most honorable Elijah Muhammad to be first his messenger, then his Messiah, then his Christ, and now his Mahdi. We thank Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, and we thank Allah and the most honorable Elijah Muhammad for a man that came into the Nation of Islam in 1955. However, he was born on May 11th, 1933. Our efforts of preservation, what I want us to understand, whether it is the table talks or the newspaper articles or what he gave in his lectures, all of this serves the vindication or the defense of the claim of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad that he in fact met with and was taught by God Almighty. This is the essence of the message of the Nation of Islam, that God has visited America to redeem and to reclaim the Black man and woman of America en route or as part and parcel to the restoration of fallen humanity. But he starts with the Black people of America. And so the preservation work, research work is very, very important. This is also very important for us because we have to now seize control of our own narrative. You know, I lament the fact that currently within the world that they call the academy or the world of higher education, that the leading scholars on the subject of Elijah Muhammad and the Nation of Islam are two white people. Professor Herbert Berg and Professor Dawn Gibson. They are regarded as the leading scholars on the Nation of Islam, a community who is known among other things, teaching that the white man is the devil. So imagine, you know, a people who have that teaching. Now it is the white man who get to tell their story. So I'm personally offended by that, and I don't mind saying that, because as impartial or as objective as they might want to be or might profess to be, they can never do justice to a man whose job it was given to him by God to reveal the man of sin, Satan. So we have to take umbrage with and be possessed of righteous indignation over the Nation of Islam being the guardians of, the protectors of, and the preservers and the owners of our own narrative and our own story. So to all of my young brothers and sisters, I'm very excited that you are interested in this subject because, as you know, it's a subject near and dear to my heart, and whatever I have been given by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. He has given it to me for you.
It is really, really a blessing to not only hear and see the work that has gone into this in terms of the thought, but to actually see now the parts coming together. So to see our youth really taking a lead on such an important part of our history is very humbling. So I'm thankful. I think this is a time in our history that we are seeing our youth bring us into what many call the golden era or age of the development of communities and nations, where now you have a generation going back and collecting and categorizing and telling the history in a way that is true to our experience. We've seen a lot and continue to see the same narratives play out every year during Black History Month. And this is an opportunity for us to ask real solid questions. Where is Marcus Garvey? Where is the Honorable Elijah Muhammad? Where are the key figures that are consistently overlooked in our history every year? Edward Wilmot Blyden, on and on. There's so many that the minister has put before us on Savior's Day to honor. And we, through the house of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, are able to connect the thread to each and every one. And I really believe what I've heard from you so far, that this is a very capable and strong team that will be able to make those connections so that our history is not sidelined and is not told from the perspective of others, but told by our own. So I'm very thankful to be here in this home with our sister Sajdah, and she is a blessing to us. She's a blessing to the family of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the family of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. In her work to preserve this home, in many ways, she's preserving our family. And I would like us to keep that in mind. It's not just the bricks and mortar of the space, and that's what makes it sacred, is that in these four corners, you have a storehouse of history, of values, of principles, of a teaching that came from a table to establish a nation. And I think Allah is blessing us. So if there were any questions, we're here, but it sounds like you all have it under control. You know, we'll just look for some reports, see how things are going, and any guidance that you may need, just tell us what to do. Yeah, we're right here. So thank you all of the youth who have joined the call today. And I think this is among the first. So be prepared for the group to grow pretty quickly. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to speak to you all. Assalamu alaikum.
Alhamdulillah. So, my initial reaction to those words and that recording of the Elijah Muhammad and the Minister Louis Farrakhan, I almost got chills, because personally, I can't thank the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan enough. You know, we're talking about preserving and upholding the words and teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad to our people. So that video in its entirety lays a foundational context of what our youth group is tasked with, and what our obligations and goal is for that preservation, that research and education of the teachings of the Elijah Muhammad in the Table Talks and his many other works, from newspaper articles, even down to his many Bush messages to a black man, our Savior has arrived, and on and on and on. So, Sister Sajdah, thank you. To add on and kind of highlight some of these points, especially that the main underscoring point that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is the cornerstone of our black identity and our historical narrative as black people in North America. So I just want to get your thoughts on this, and if there's anything else you would like to say in tandem with what your words were in the video, please feel free to share.
Yes, he absolutely is the cornerstone. Ironically, when we were finishing up the basement and shoring up the basement, I kept a piece of the cornerstone to give it to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I got to figure out how to get it upstairs. It's pretty heavy. But the point being is that that home is the single most important piece of property in modern day African American history. And everybody that is somebody that was an icon in business and civil rights has been in that house. And I don't have to list them. If you guys are youth and you do your research, you know, everyone was there. And so it really truly is the cornerstone of Black history, of the Black cultural renaissance that is taking place around the country, namely in Chicago. We are celebrating the Great Migration and the incredible members of our community who migrated from the South. They say somewhere in the neighborhood of 500,000 people migrated from the South by way of other cities into Chicago. I actually think it's more than that. I can't prove it, but when I look at how they come up with the number, I said, I think you're probably missing some. So the point being is that, you know, you all are in a very historic position. You're making history. You are history. And it's just exciting times. And the house is, you know, the finish line is near. Inshallah, we will be well done, inshallah, before our deadline of October. We're looking at July, August, which gives us time to work the kinks out of everything. And we're going to just celebrate for the entire month of the anniversary of the birth of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. We're going to celebrate every single day during that month. So it's exciting times.
Inshallah, yes ma'am, yes ma'am.
Inshallah.
And as Brother Sultan mentioned in the video, you know, that golden era, that golden age of literature, of gatekeeping our history and our narrative, of our black identity and our like struggle that you mentioned before, and just our story. And I'm, you know, I'm motivated by those words from Brother Demetri, you know, being those gatekeepers, being the owners and protectors of our story, and who better to do that than us youth, you know.
That's right.
We have the opportunity to study and learn from those words while safekeeping them, you know, to hear that two professors that I've never heard those names before are the quote lead scholars or researchers on our history is like he said, I take offense to that.
It's blasphemous, isn't it?
Right. Yes, ma'am. So to hear those,
you know, I was going to say, if I can jump in and tell you this, yes, right now there's a huge battle to control and monetize our culture. And with what we're doing with Sajdah House and leading the way, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad House, as some people know it as, with the creation of the Coalition of Chicago Black House Museums that I'm one of the founding members of, you know, we are being attacked for controlling and monetizing our own culture, which tells you that there's value in it. Yes. And so this is an important strategy to have our youth as a part of this, you know, as this preservation and monetization process.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. And it's actually key, the controlling and monetizing of our narrative. That's not our own. And as I said, those words from Brother Demetri of motivating us youth to secure that is absolutely necessary. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. So with going on with our program, or as shown in that video, so you have that recording, that video done by a 13-year-old at MUI, you know, we take pride in that.
That's right.
And later on we showed actually we showed and shouted out youth that are working with the youth group project. So I like to shout out, my brother Ali, who's
Brother Ali.
yes, who's working, and you see those posts, that those sayings and teachings of the Elijah Muhammad that are being posted on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Those sayings.
Can you show one of those, Sadiq?
Oh yes, ma'am.
Because I love those. Please show one of them. Shout out to Brother Ali for doing that. This is what we have to do in terms of, packaging and monetizing. Have you all been seeing these?
Mm-hmm.
This is incredible.
Yes, ma'am. I preach freedom, justice, and equality. I don't preach that we are big or little. We are all equal. Back to your point earlier in beginning this conversation, Sister Sajdah, to keep that at the forefront of when we're in this work, that a man came and taught us that he reframed what we thought to be self and God. God himself came and he was taught by God himself. And that's what Brother Demetrius shared in that video as well, that we're vindicating and proving that we're not doing anything. By showcasing those words, we're allowing for a new generation to see that those words are vindicating themselves. And we see that in an example of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan today as well. Reproving.
You know what you're also doing, Sadiq? I'll tell you what you're also doing is you're also preserving our culture and sharing our culture and showing people our way. Because our way and the way in which we conduct ourselves and the way in which we've been taught, our way is the way to success. Anytime we deviate from that way, we mess up, we hurt people, we have problems, but our way is a superior way. And so what you're doing is also helping to show people another way to live and another level of civilization.
Yes, ma'am. Alhamdulillah. And that's showcased in those table talks. It's a unique way of civilization that we have. We're just different from the MGT and GCC and how they carry themselves, to FOI, our mannerisms, our militancy. We have a whole way of civilization that is different from what others may see or perceive, that we are incapable of being that as Black and brown people and original people of this earth. So yes, ma'am, thank you for that reminder of what additionally we're doing in helping showcase and preserve our culture as a nation. Yes, ma'am. Okay, praise be to Allah. So, and moving on in that video, ship to another part, we announced the essay competition, and praise be to Allah that time has come, that essay competition deadline has passed, and we'll be announcing, inshallah, a winner of youth who practiced studying, researching, and analyzing those teachings of the Elijah Muhammad in written format. We had a number of submissions, and we'd like to showcase one. Oh, okay. So, as mentioned in that announcement as well, in the Table Talks Journal, both winners, first and second place, winners of the essay competition, their article will be published in the Table Talks Quarterly Journal, and along with articles from other youth and updates and pictures and more of those quotes that you see made by Brother Ali and the Table Talks Youth Group. All praise to Allah. So, Sister Sajdah, you think it's that time?
I think it's that time.
Yes,
I think it's time to let them know what we've been doing, because this essay contest, let me tell you, it not only are we furthering our culture, we're uplifting the names, we're also showing people our youth, because you judge a tree by what? The fruit it bears. And so the youth in the Nation of Islam are incredible. We truly have a superior educational system. We have a superior way in which we manage our diets and guide the minds of our children. And you all, by the time y'all 16, 17 years old, y'all not even children anymore. So I think people need to see that we are a viable group of people. We're investment worthy. You should come. You should do business with us. You should learn from us. We have a way of life that now there is thousands and thousands of proofs that it works.
Yes, ma'am.
So I say it's that time.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. So we have actually with us our second place winner. So let's start with. I'm gonna see if this works. Let me see. Can we get a drum roll? If you all.
Oh, you got a drum roll?
So here we go. Our second place winner, brother Robbie from St. Louis. Let me see if this works. Okay, there we go.
There he is.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, brother. I truly do appreciate just the opportunity to do the writing that I did.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And if I may ask, how old are you, sir?
I'm 21 years young.
Okay. Yes, sir. Just older than me. Okay, since Sajdah, I know we both read his essay, and in that I know he unpacked not only how quotes from the Elijah Muhammad affected him, but he gave a little bit of research into his whole narrative of what and how the Elijah Muhammad's words affected him and teachings affected him. So, Brother Robbie, if I may ask, how was it going about that essay and writing development process?
Oh, yes, sir. Well, I think a very big part of it was that I just joined the nation officially February 26th of this year. So coming into, oh, yes, ma'am. So coming into this knowledge, oh, my life was just transformed on a different level from some that I couldn't fathom. So really diving into the teachings and then bringing it to more of a practical sense of, okay, well, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was one of the first to speak about black empowerment. Hey, we're the original people of the land, you know? And coming from that, we can see as the years went on and on, this was a thing that black people caught on to, especially during the 60s. And we can trace that truly back to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who really birthed or gave that bedrock in which the 60s Black Power movement was built on.
Yes, sir. Wow. That's
beautiful.
That's beautiful. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
And that's a new fruit right there, too.
No, that's the beautiful part of it, because looking in your face, I could not see that. I wouldn't have said that about you in a million years. Can you, if you don't mind me jumping in, Brother Sadiq, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So, Robbie X Hamilton, that's my name. I grew up all the way in St. Louis, Missouri, particularly Ferguson. I started to study the nation's teachings in 2019, summer of 2019. If I want to be really particular, it was July. And really who reeled me in was Brother Ben X. So I give that brother a lot of props, because his videos, just seeing them on Instagram, drew my eyes and drew my ears. And so I was always looking for a figure or a group who was doing something tangible for black people, giving them knowledge and doing things on a business level as well. And every time I did my research, I just kept coming back to the nation. So I said, well, let me read the literature of it. And after I continued to read the literature, that's all she wrote, as the saying goes. I wanted to join.
That was it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And how has the nation changed your life?
It's changed my life in a way that I seek knowledge in a way that I never went upon searching for knowledge before. That's truly what it is. And when I did that, my intellect grew, my spirituality grew, just my knowledge of self grew, and the knowledge of who God is grew. And that's something that you can't pay enough for. That's something that's priceless. So I've seen the growth from myself 1,000-fold since just reading the knowledge, not even joining. And now we come into joining. I've grew so much since then. So all praise is due to Allah for such.
So Brother Robbie, hang on to Allah. Don't never let them go. Remember that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is the door. He is the door. You follow him. Where he goes, you go. Where he tell you to stay from, stay from. You're going to go through things, but you just hang on. Don't let go. And
Yes,
just
ma'am.
continue to grow through your process, as a Muslim man. Grow, think about your future and how and what you want to do and where you want to go, but just know that Islam is the best way of life for you as you begin to embark. So as you get tried, as you go through some things, just hang on to your Islam, and that will be your salvation. And you're going to see yourself accelerate in your successes, in your growth, way beyond what you could ever have imagined. And don't ever think it's you. It's always Allah.
Oh, yes.
So thank you for participating in this essay contest. Thank you for your well-written essay. And I don't want to take over your interview, Brother Sadiq, but I just had to say that, brother. So I'm so grateful for you joining these works and helping our leader, because the more, the better. And I know more people seeing you here, you Brother Ben's fish, and more people seeing you here, you will fish them in. And because that's what it's about.
Oh, yes.
We don't go to the mosque by ourselves.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And thank you for the work that you have done as well.
Praise be to Allah.
All praise due to Allah. Thank you, Sister Sajdah, for that reminder of keeping Allah at the forefront. And it's man, it's great to see a fellow brother in the ranks. Yes, sir. So, and actually, your second place prize, brother, will be a means of studying more and delving deeper into those words and teachings of Ahmad Muhammad with a complimentary membership to the Table Talks archive on TableTalks.org, and we'll be in communication, inshallah, to have those logins and everything necessary. So, praise to Allah. Thank you for your essay and your well-written work, and thank you, Brother Ben, for getting a nice fish, a fruit, a brother who, and I'm blessed to call you brother in reading those essays. So thank you, Sister Sajdah, and you, thank you, Brother Robbie.
All praise due to Allah. Thank you both.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. So thank you, God. So let me see. With that, we are going to announce our first place winner as well. Let me see. So our first place winner, all praise due to Allah, is, let me play that drum roll one more time. Is Brother Jamal Jabril from Muhammad Mosque number 1 in Detroit. Unfortunately, he was unable to come on this live with us, but that is our first place winner, Brother Jamal Jabril from Muhammad Mosque number 1 in Detroit, Michigan. So thank you to all those youth who have participated in the essay competition. We can't thank you all enough for embarking on that journey and the personal journey of studying, researching those words, those divine words of the Elijah Muhammad in the Table Talks. So thank you to all those who have participated. Thank you to all of those judges who participated in reading the essays. The judges range from our very own final call writer, Sister Starla, Sister Wakiti, educators, Sister Dr. Kalila, and many others who judged those essays. Thank you. We can't thank you all enough. And thank you for those educators who continue to provide advice, insight, and educate us youth on how to properly go about researching those words on Elijah Muhammad. Thank you, Brother Dimitri, for having those words of advice and encouragement to us youth that we showed in the video. There was a lot more, and inshallah, I know I got motivated in that conversation. Inshallah, we'll have part 2 to that as well. And thank you to all those who continue to help us. Thank you, Brother Sultan Rahman Imam Sultan, for the table talks and the constant dedication in showcasing these words of Allah Muhammad and the transcripts, the 2 volumes we have. So now, how do I get involved now that the essay competition is done? So if you see on TableTalks.org, there's a link, a registration form where youth all across the nation are encouraged to sign up if you're interested in being gatekeepers of the research and the study of the words of Elijah Muhammad. Go to tabletalks.org/project. You'll see a form. Inshallah, we're gathering emails of youth all across the nation, and we're having research workshops as shown with Brother Dimitri, and there's more to come. And for the opening, inshallah, of the exhibit where most of our work will be showcased at the home of the Elijah Muhammad, 4847 South Woodlawn Avenue. So thank you, and thank you, youth. And Sister Sajdah, thank you for honestly pushing all of us, us youth, and just, letting our youth shine, So from the study, and graduating from Muhammad University of Islam, I was always told to study or assign a research paper in Islamic studies on the paragraph from Message to the Black Man. But now, thanks to you, I'm seeing opportunity to delve deeper into those studies and being encouraged that this is a new way, that this is not just an obligation, but a great opportunity for us youth to shine. So thank you, Sister Sajdah, and thank you for preserving the home of the Elijah Muhammad at 4847 South Woodlawn. Thank you.
Thank you for the great work that you're doing, and you and your team. You're doing a great job. You're a quick study in project management, and I'm always looking at your work and your output, and I'm looking at how much you've grown since we've started this, and I'm going to keep pushing you. And thank you to your family, your mother, your father, brothers and sisters, and your grandmother. Love you all. Thank you for your incredible support. Sorry for the sun that all of a sudden just came down on me, but we'll take the sun any day, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. All praise is due to Allah. Thank you so much, Sister Sajdah.
Yes, sir. And we got a lot of work to do. I started getting nervous last Friday when they were saying, I started seeing the schedule. We were having a meeting and they were saying July would be done with this and July would be done with that. And at first it was June. They started saying July. I really wasn't, tripping off of that, but now it looked like it's really about to be July, and so I'm just grateful. But the finish line is close, and I'm glad that we're going to be working together. And I want people to know that our youth are going to be helping with designing the exhibit space and creating content that will be shown when people either have a virtual tour or an in-person tour. We also need your help. Go to sajdahhouse.com and get your Elijah coin. Use the discount code HEM4847. That discount code is going to get you a big discount off on the coins. So instead of being $500, that discount code will get you the coin for $375. It's a collector's item. It's made from recycled copper right from the messenger's home. So you will have a piece of the messenger's home, and it is truly, truly worth it. So go there, sajdahhouse.com, discount code HEM4847. Those efforts will help to support the final renovation and the restoration of the home. If you already have one, we ask you to go out and log on and get another one. So, we're not going downtown asking folks for money. We're saying, hey, we can do this from our own pockets, and and I'm willing to sacrifice. I've done that, and I'll continue to do that. And just ask for a little support. Go purchase a couple coins, and we'll get those coins out to our winners too. See, if you had participated in the essay contest, you'd have won a coin.
All praise due to Allah. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And thank you for sacrificing that as well. And
Crazy.
you announced actually recently a coalition of the black-owned houses. Yes, ma'am. Can you speak a little bit on
Yeah.
that?
So when we, this is what I was talking to you about struggle, and how you don't make struggle the trophy. You don't say, all I'm worth is my struggle. You just got to recognize the struggle and know that Allah is doing something and He's making something out of you. And the struggle is for Him, right? So that we can do something with what He's brought us through. And so when we were struggling against the ordinance that was put forth by Alderman Sophia King when she was trying to stop and just get rid of all the house museums in Chicago, if you will. We created from that. We won that fight, and we won a couple battles since then. We won that fight, and then we created, of which I'm one of the founding members, the Coalition of Chicago Black House Museums. And basically, it's a support group. It's a networking group of really helping to usher in this cultural renaissance in Chicago. And so we come together this week when our sister Chandra, who is the great-granddaughter of Muddy Waters, had issues, potential issues with the aldermen and Chicago landmarks. It seemed like she was not going to be able to get on the agenda. The coalition went to work. The Sajdah team, look, we sent out over 12,000 emails. We had close to 3,000 people making phone calls and sending out emails, and we ended up with a unanimous decision. And so we're really grateful that the city of Chicago continues to support us. Chicago Landmarks support us, Illinois Landmark, Preservation Chicago, and all the organizations around the city that have been supporting us. Because again, this house is the cornerstone of that movement, but there are so many other of our great heroes that we also want to celebrate and unite and link hands with, just in the manner in which our leader, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, has done across the city. So it's exciting, it's incredible, and just to learn, Brother Sadiq, about these incredible Black people and the struggles and the things that they overcame. Sometimes we just don't think about it. But I've just learned so much just being a part of the coalition. And from my understanding, there are so many other new house museums that are about to pop up as well. So we're just going to stay vigilant and keep owning and monetizing and controlling our culture.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. And thank you for establishing that network of houses across Chicago and across the nation, that of individuals that we have to hold dear and are definitely a part of our struggle and our history as Black and brown people in North America. So thank you, Sister Sajdah, and thank you to all those who are listening and viewing, and thank you to all the youth who participated in the essay competition. We definitely encourage all youth to participate in this many ways you can. We have the form on TableTalks.org/project that we're encouraging youth to fill out. So thank you. We don't want to hold
everyone. So Sadiq, real quick, if they want to join your team, if there's any youth out there, listen, we encourage you all to reach out and join Sadiq's team, along with Ali and Sister Kudisa, Sister Medina, and all the other brothers and sisters, even the essay winners. Join the team. So what do they have to do if they want to join?
There's a form on TableTalks.org/project, and you'll see a form. You fill it out. It's just asking your name, what city you reside in, your email, and we'll be in contact. We have scheduled workshop sessions such as the one with Brother Demetric and many more to come, and working with the journal. And honestly, as personally, what I've been doing is, when you see Brother Ali with those sayings and graphic designs of the words of Elijah Muhammad, feel free to study those words of the transcript volumes, volume 1 and 2 of the Table Talks, along with Message to the Black Man, along with Our Savior Has Arrived, How They to Live. Those words of the Elijah Muhammad are a study for us, and to embark on that journey is a great experience. And this essay competition served as a practice run. So there'll be a future essay competition, inshallah. They'll be quarterly with our Table Talks journal that these winners, their essays will be published in. So that is how you get familiar and join in with what we're trying to do with the youth group of Table Talks. So thank you to all those who have participated. Thank you to Sister Kudisa, Brother Ali, Sister Anissa, Sister Nzinga from New York, Sister Medina here in Chicago, and all those who have contributed in the youth group so far. Thank you all, and we'll be in communication. And that's what we do.
All right, fill out your forms. We're gonna have a good time this summer. This is a fun group. So we all about reading and learning and essaying and sharing culture, but we have a good time, right, Sadiq?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
We have a good time. We laugh. We have a great time. We can't wait to have some fun at the house this year, just uplifting his name. Good, righteous fun. So thank you all for joining us today. We appreciate you. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
All praise to Allah. Thank you for all those listening. We greet you as we claim in the greeting words of peace. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.